Good morning, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I don't know if it's morning or afternoon on it, but for some people it's still
It's
morning.
still daylight. Yeah.
It's a daylight. Welcome to Expect the Unexpected, navigating through commercial real estate unzipped, especially in Ridgewood. When we actually getting involved in the commercial real estate, one of the main things are the business owners, who actually create the community when we live in. I have actually Joanna from my office joining us, and also I have a special guest down the block from my office. We actually at 6832 Forest Avenue, and I have Patrick, owner of the Pizzeria Panina.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, this is Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
I love pizza. It's like
Who doesn't?
yeah. And what happened? I see he actually brought to the neighborhood different vibe.
He was the pioneer. He was the pioneer.
It's like
Wow.
I would say he actually creates the community.
Wow, I don't know about that.
No, I actually my big head.
I definitely feel like I'm a part of it, though.
You're part of it.
very
It's
strong,
like a different one, and I believe you own Sweetwater's in
In
Williamsburg. It's a different restaurant over there.
It's very different,
Yeah.
but it's very similar vibe, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah, it's very community. A lot of people come back regularly, twice a week, 3 times a week.
What was first? Sweetwater was first?
Sweetwater is, it's 21 years old.
Wow.
It's a bistro. So it's very
21 years old?
Yeah, since 2004.
Wow.
And,
Wow, that's-
You were still in high school.
No, I mean, I joined in 2007. So it took me a minute.
Really?
And I became an owner in 2013.
Wow. So you used to work there, or?
I used to work there as a manager. The owners were lovely. I blended in with them really.
Wow.
They reminded me of owners in Italy.
Wow.
The wife is Norwegian. The owner was Argentinian. And soon enough, within 2 years, they started giving me like bonuses just because they saw what I brought.
They
and also,
liked the way you run.
I allowed them to take time off. That's really what it was. They were able to take vacation for the first time after 3 years of opening the restaurants. And eventually they started taking more and more time off, and then they kind of left me do the majority of the running of the day-to-day business, we'd say.
Yeah, that's a very tough business. I remember I used to work before pizza place.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
You've always liked pizza.
Yeah, I always liked pizza. And what's so funny, they made me how to make the sauce. We had like big buckets, you put the cans of tomatoes, oregano.
scratch.
Yeah, and one time we were, actually, I learned one thing. Hot doesn't mix up with the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened one day? We were partying, and the next day I had to open up the pizza place. When I opened up the oven, the heat hit me.
Oh, my
And
God.
basically, it's like I started feeling nauseous on it, So, but that's the past.
Yeah, you brought some very recent memories to me.
Yeah. So, tell me, how did you get involved in the restaurant business? What's your background, Patrick?
My dad has worked in restaurants all his life. His dream was to open his own restaurant. He never got to open it because he had too many kids.
Okay.
So the steady income of being a manager of a restaurant made it impossible for him to give it up because he had very good benefits. He always got very good tips. In Italy, people don't usually tip, but he speaks 7 languages and he's very charming and he's a character.
Really?
Yeah, I worked with him for my first shift ever was at 14 in Verona.
In Verona, how far? So you speak fluently Italian, right?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Italy. My mother is Irish, so I'm
really?
so I'm a little bit confused. But
Wow.
I ended up with this accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And look, too. It's very northern
Oh
Italian.
my God, yeah. I got sunburned so many times in Italy.
So how was the living in Italy?
No, it was unbelievable. It was one of the best childhoods that somebody can have because it's very community focused. It was
So
middle.
that's why you're creating here a community vibe.
Here, what spoke to me about Ridgewood really is, I don't even know how to pinpoint it, it's just the way it feels. It feels really, really good. And then when you think about it, there's this community that is very European. It's more European than Greenpoint, I think. Like Greenpoint is very specific.
Yeah, here it's like a blend of the
Yeah.
whole Europe.
Yeah, here is like a lot of Italians, a lot of Albanians, which are basically Italian as well because they speak Italian.
Former Yugoslavia, all those.
Yeah, there's
nations,
Serbians, there's like delicious.
Macedonia, you know, all of them.
Yeah, it's so many different. And then there's the Latinos. Like they kind of like
Yes.
they're like Southern Italians, you know, in a way.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the temperament they do.
Yeah, and then obviously there was the
They
German.
loud.
I think the German influence in this neighborhood is also like a big,
Yeah.
because it's very, it feels very very tidy.
Yeah,
know?
organized. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very in shape.
Yeah.
Still, you know, after
Yeah,
that many.
but it's really the way it feels. Is I didn't realize, to be honest, I never in my dreams would have imagined to have this kind of community. I was telling my business partner last night, you know, there's somebody made a reservation tonight. I said, oh my God, they've made 62 reservations here.
Wow.
And
The
somebody has-
business
oh
is
my God, they made
exploding. You
70.
you have a little space.
So like we've been open nearly 4 years,
Yeah.
and like people have come like 100 times to eat pizza. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, the first time I tested your pizza, you know, it was like a dream came true. You know, I used to taste it
Yeah,
uh,
like a
'cause
Di
it's more
Fara,
sophisticated than
Brooklyn.
the other pizza.
Yeah, and what's so funny, it's an electric oven. You
Yeah.
run it. It's not like a wooden burn or anything
Yeah.
like that. But
It was very challenging though. You know, the flavor of the dough was always there because my business partner owns bakery, and it's also she has one
Sure.
around the corner here, and she knows dough really well. I was meant to bring an Italian friend of mine to make pizza from Verona, and then because of the pandemic and all the visas, it was very difficult. And Nina said, "Look, if you want me as a business partner, you don't get anybody else on board. I'm gonna figure it out." And she really
Figure it
was
out.
adamant about it.
Wow.
So then we started making pizzas in our house upstate, and it tasted good, but it looked awful.
Yeah, usually.
So you did the
Because
testing.
you know,
before,
sourdough
right?
is really delicate, so
Yeah.
like you can't really stretch it; it will tear, and it's very difficult
Yeah,
to.
not presentable.
No, so the first couple of years were really challenging. We had a lot of inconsistency, but the dough always tasted good. It always tasted.
Who
like-
would knew that it takes so much?
It took a long
to
time,
bring
you know,
it
because
together?
every change of season there was this temperature variable because we don't have a controlled temperature in the basement. Now what we figured out is like we change the water temperature every time we're making the dough. There's some kind of a formula that I can't
Sure.
read.
No, it's a
Wow.
private.
It's like an algebra formula that everyone knows, and I have no idea what's going
It
on.
looks so simple, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Well, I mean, I think it is so simple because it is something alive, and you have to really feel it. The way it's been very consistent. I'm just really happy. I'm
So,
really, really happy.
what did you make? Then you decided to open up Ridgewood on it. You know, what was the thought? You
Well,
had
so what happened was the bar next door is owned by a really good friend of mine, and he's a regular at Sweetwater. And his business partner also used to own a historic bar in Greenpoint called Enid's. And they,
I think we rented, you know, back in the day, Bruno's bar.
Bruno, yes.
Over there
yes,
in it.
yeah, that's the one it used to
that's-
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But John was never involved in Enid's. He was just like a really nice local who got involved in bars because of his business partner, Jamie. She was like the experience behind it. And he was just doing some tiling job. He's an artist.
Wow.
And he would do some tiling jobs. And I found out only 5 years ago that he had tiled the bathrooms at Sweetwater.
Really?
And then he had tiled the first bakery that Nina opened in 2008. I didn't realize that we were so close in connection. But anyway, he spoke to our landlord and he said, I think that this guy Patrick would be really good for the community. And he put in a word. What happened afterwards, speaking about real estate, is something that when I look back at it, my landlord was really good about because he didn't even check my credit score. He didn't really check my financials, and I had no money at the time.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I did not have. I had like $20,000. I took it out.
So you about strapped the
Yeah.
whole thing on it. you
I
know?
took out my money from my IRA.
Yeah.
I had a Roth IRA, and I had two different IRAs. I didn't know what I was doing, but I took out, I think, 10,000 from one, 10,000 from the other.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I
Right.
started asking people, would they invest? And everybody said yes. When the moment came, nobody came. I'm telling you, I had so many people at Sweetwater tell me
Yeah.
yes. I spent some nights in restaurants where they were asking me, like, so how many people do you think are going to walk by this place? And all these weird questions. Like, I don't really, it doesn't matter how many people walk by the place.
Yeah.
What I do think about New York, because I don't do PR, obviously, but what I do think about New York is
This
there's-
is one of the PRs we're doing today. You gotta check Patrick, you know, in Ridgewood, corner of the Catalpa and
Forest.
and Forest. It's the best place, you know.
Oh my God, thank
Yeah.
you so much.
No.
But I've always believed that people will, because it's New York, there's so many people, it's just a law of numbers. People are going to come in. It's up to me to make them come back. It's up to us. So,
because
like,
it's a repetition. You know,
Yeah.
they just don't see you once; they
Yeah.
have to come back.
and
come
with
back.
that, I'm really lucky, you know, because
You have
people
to like
do
it.
come
Every
back.
time they come, they have to like it. Then
Yeah, they have to like something. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
So this is how you decide to open up this location, right?
Yeah, to
And
be
also-
honest, I did not want to open pizza because I didn't know to make pizza. But then, luckily,
but
Just
you
the
knew restaurant, but
restaurant.
you didn't know the pizza, how to
Yeah,
make it,
yeah.
or
No, that's why I was really like a chicken with his head cut off for a minute because I went to Italy a couple of times. Then Nina said, "I'm going to figure it out," and then eventually she pushed me.
yeah, that's good.
She really pushed a lot.
And it's, so you didn't have any money for this?
No, well, I had like $20,000.
Yeah.
Then eventually we were very fortunate because
Yeah.
Sweetwater, we got a PPP loan.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I know
And
what it is.
I kind of
Uh-huh.
was able to. We ended up splitting some money,
Mm-hmm.
and it all came into time. But like, what happened was Nina started paying for me pretty much. She was paying
Yeah.
the workers, and she was paying rent.
Wow.
And yeah, and then at one point, one of my best friends who's Albanian, who
Uh-huh.
connected me with some of the Albanians in the neighborhoods, he just came to Sweetwater and he said like, so how much do you need to open up? I said like, I don't know, I need a lot right
Yeah.
now. And he says, well, I mean, find an investor and then I can help you out.
Yeah.
What happened was this guy who recently got a buyout from a loft, from a loft law.
Okay.
He's not a wealthy person. He's never had money growing up. And he just said, Patrick, I have this big amount of money that just came in. And I don't believe in the stock market. I think it's evil. And I just want to help you build community. And I think that this would be really good for you. So he gave me $100,000.
Yeah, that's very good. You know, you don't
Out of
find-
nowhere. The
Yeah,
least,
yeah.
I would have never expected it from this person.
Wow.
Yeah.
There
Like,
must be something in your eyes. They trust you.
This is also a person. This is also a person that I kicked out of the restaurant many times
Really? Yeah.
for being too drunk.
Really?
Yeah, expect the unexpected.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I completely
Sometimes
unexpected.
you don't know who's gonna.
Yeah, who's
Come-
gonna come in?
Yeah,
you know,
and he's
at the
such a
rest-
nice guy. Yeah, I really didn't expect that. And then my best friends, this Albanian guy I was talking about, I was like, this was towards the end. He asked me like, are you nearly finished? I said, no, I'm really in trouble actually because the permits are taking longer, so the rent is kicked in and I can't really pay rent. He says, how much do you need? I said, I think I need like 19,000. He goes, what? Show me the numbers. Like, what do you need? I said, Aldo, I didn't do the numbers here. Like, I think it's like 25,000. And then he looked at me and I said, and he goes like, whatever, here you go. And he just wrote a check of $50,000.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. And
No,
then
he
that,
believed in you.
that was
No,
really
yeah.
what made it open.
Yeah.
And he's not even a partner. He just wanted the money back whenever
Yeah.
I wanted to give it back.
Okay.
He said, do you want to make an apartment? Do you want? Like, you do whatever you want. And then we did a plan eventually after opening. And he said, just give me back like $1,000 a month if you want.
Yeah. Wow.
And 50 months later.
I think restaurant business is one of the most risky.
Yeah, it's a
things
very
to do.
risky.
Because,
like-
except from like a maybe franchise or chain, because the customers are there. But like
Yeah.
opening like a unique restaurant is a huge challenge.
It's really risky.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good to have a backup money, but if you don't, it's even bigger risk.
Yeah. And I learned a lot. To be honest, I'm looking forward to open another one because I think that I would like to
I mean, with
Prevent-
experience, it's easier, of course.
prevent some mistakes I made
Yeah.
at the beginning. Because a lot of the construction took longer because, for instance, I was asked by the electrician before we put up all the wall panels, the wood panels that covered the entire place, and the stainless steel, where do you want the outlets to be? And I said, I want outlets there,
Oh,
there.
okay.
And Nina said, put as many as you want. Like, put as many as you can. What I didn't know is that the oven required a different power.
Different.
The espresso machine, a different.
So you would plan
like
it
three-phase, two-phase.
accordingly, yeah.
And then there's the dishwasher, need a different power, and all these different things. We had to open up those walls like 2-3 times.
Wow, but who designed it? Because you have a cool design of the place, like it
Oh.
brings you to like a 70s or 80s style,
Yeah,
right?
That is 100% Nina.
Nina.
Yeah, she's like unbelievable. And she's a baker.
Is a bit.
Is
But-
she Italian too?
She's Norwegian.
Oh,
She's
okay.
my business partner at
Oh, over
Sweetwater.
there, okay.
Yeah, and what happened was I came to shore the place, and we didn't have the keys. We just saw it from outside, and she just looked at the window, and she said, "Oh my God, this place is beautiful. We're gonna make it so beautiful." And she made me.
She had a vision, all right.
She made me light up,
Yeah.
but the place didn't look anything like it. It was a dentist office.
Yeah.
Before, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was kind of falling apart. It was I don't know how to say it in English. Just like a carton gesso. It's like the soft wall, as you call it. Yeah. Then we took down some of the walls, and then we uncovered that stainless steel front. That because it used to be a pork store. Then underneath the woods panels of the floor, we uncovered some terrazzo that was beautiful. We took down the ceiling, and then we found that tin ceiling that's gorgeous.
Wow.
It's a lot of different things, yeah.
So how does your business operate? You open from
We are open from 5 to 10 p.m.
5 to 10 p.m.?
Yeah, on the weekends we open at 3 p.m. and we close at 10:30. It's like a little later.
Okay.
It's been working out really well.
I'm so amazed how you manage. This is a little place, you know?
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
740 square feet.
Yeah, that's a little one.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know,
it's-
we managed to bring in like 150 people.
Really?
Yeah.
You can fit?
Yeah.
I mean, it's taken multiple
night.
multiple seatings, but yeah.
It's busy. You're setting up the neighborhood. You know, you're
Look,
changing.
I don't even know who to thank because it's been really rewarding.
Because it's like you attract people like this.
Yeah.
You know, they show up on your way. You know, boom. You know.
But I
there's
tell you the
guy.
truth, what makes me really happy is the kind of people that come in as well, because it's really everybody. It's families with kids. It's any person from any age bring their parents whenever they're visiting. It makes me really proud when people bring their family, you know, like they're trusting us with their families.
Yes.
The people that
Yeah.
they want to
Like-
impress the most, you
Yeah.
know.
What's your favorite dish?
My favorite dish,
Except
there
from
is one.
pizza.
Yeah,
Except
yeah,
from
one.
pizza.
my favorite dish is, my God, it's very difficult. The Pablo pizza is one of my favorites.
Pablo,
Pablo,
Pablo.
yeah, because it's very proportionate, like with the ingredients. It's
what's
also-
in it?
It's just a white pie with mozzarella, cherry tomatoes, red onion. Very, very
Okay.
simple.
Yeah.
Very simple. And basilico.
What's the name of it? Pablo.
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 It's not Italian.
Not
Pablo.
Italian?
No.
No.
But Pablo was Nina's husband that
Okay.
then
Yeah.
passed away and allowed
Pablo
me
from
to.
Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you name those dishes usually? The names?
Then I mean, you know, the names have to have something to do with the ingredients. Except for that Pablo pizza,
Yeah.
it was Pablo's favorite
Yeah.
pizza. He would order it from Fornino on Bedford.
Oh,
Oh.
my family likes fornino.
Yeah, you would.
Fungi misti as the favorite one of my husband
Yeah.
with the
Really?
mushrooms.
It was kind of crazy. It was like a Sunday routine for him. He would smoke a little weed and then he would call call for
Fornino. Fornino is good.
and then they would deliver pizza to Sweetwater,
Wow.
and we would have to bring it. I would bring it upstairs to him, and he would be laughing upstairs.
Yeah. I used to work for Domino's Pizza.
No way.
A long time. Not this one.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That has not much to do with pizza.
No, it has nothing to do with pizza. You know,
I ordered Domino's when I first moved to America. I used to live in Orlando. There were not many
Really?
options.
So you were in Florida, right?
Yeah.
And what made you then you came to New York?
You know, I worked in Disney World in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, I worked in Epcot. I came here to work like as an Italian. I was hired as an Italian.
They have this tour around the world in Epcot. They
Well,
have this
yeah.
Italian village, German village, right?
Yeah.
I've been there
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
I did that routinely, once a
Yeah.
month.
With your accent. Lee.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You
It's
look like
funny,
a
we-
Disney guy.
Not in the,
Just joking. Thank you for sharing, and I love you for caring. You say? No,
I
just
mean,
kidding.
look, the first few days were really tough there because they're really regimented. Like it's not it's not
No.
Italy.
No,
It's-
no. That's structure.
No,
yeah.
no, like you have to come.
No
even
playing around,
Like
right?
no, you have to be on time, and I'm always late. So they send me home. The first week they send me home regularly.
Like today?
Oh my God, I was late today as well.
I'm just joking, Patrick.
Not much. Not
My
much.
reputation follows me.
No, but what happened? I went to Disney once, never again, you know. Couple of times. There was so many different lines, always waiting. It was overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay,
I mean, you're trying to go away from chaos and relax. And it's
Yeah,
not.
but it didn't happen. I had my niece, you know, want to see it. We went,
Yeah.
but it was fun. We went to Orlando, actually.
I love it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Because it's also what made me love America to begin with.
It
Yeah.
just became so expensive.
Maybe
that,
you
like,
have a...
It is, but I do have some friends there, so every now and again, whenever I go,
Yeah, you can.
we have some
Find some
we have some
deals.
ways to, yeah.
Maybe you have a side pass.
No, I mean, you know, it's funny. 10 years ago, I decided to bring two busboys from Sweetwater down to Disney because
Did they recognize you or...
no, I mean, we were having such a fun. We had it was one of the best trips of my life.
Really?
With adults. Yeah, and I'm not one of those. I'm kind of weary of adults that go to Disney too often. But once every few years, I think it's fun. If you go without, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did you go in Disney?
Well, the reason we went was because of the fireworks in the East River. These busboys, they would go on break on 4th of July, and I'd send them down the streets, like, go and see the fireworks. And they would say, oh, you're not coming with us? And I would say, like, no, they're not like Disney World. And then they would come back and say, you have no idea what you just missed. They're the best fireworks in the world. I said, no, they're not. And then one day, they just said, okay, so why don't you take us to Disney then? And I said, okay, I will. But I thought they would drop it. And 2 weeks later, I'm seeing them talking to customers saying, Patrick is taking us to Disney World.
Wow.
It just kept going on for like a month. And then one day I'm telling Nina, I said, Pat, like, Nina, I don't know what to do with these guys. They keep telling everyone I'm taking them to Disney. Like, it's embarrassing me. And she said, well, you have to figure out a way to take them to Disney.
Wow.
So what happened afterwards was we took a photo of them with plates mimicking Mickey Mouse ears behind them.
Wow.
And we put this photo on a jar on the bar, and we said, send our boys to Disney. And customers started putting tips in there every day.
Oh my God.
To
It's
like,
amazing.
infuriating the bartenders because they were thinking we're not getting tips, but these guys are getting
That
money
they
in the
get
jar.
more.
Yeah.
And then at one point, this woman that works on The View, like owned by ABC, she
The
said,
ABC,
"Patrick,
yeah,
is this for
morning
real?"
show.
Yeah.
I said, "Is this for real?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, you know, we."
So it became a big
I can
thing,
get
huh?
you. I can get you park hoppers if you want. So then she gave us these tickets, and we said, "Okay, done. We're leaving tomorrow." So
Wow.
we drove down and did this trip.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's a
if you-
great
it's
story.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was their first vacation ever.
Yeah.
And these guys are in their 40s.
yeah.
First vacation,
Yeah, no.
we went in this. I got this hotel with a gigantic swimming pool.
Amazing.
They learned
Yeah.
how to swim there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this, and every night on the fireworks. This is the funny story. Every time there was fireworks would go off, and they would just start crying.
Yeah, that's
Is
Oh, wow.
they
Yeah,
haven't
they're
seen it.
really good
Yeah.
fireworks.
No, it's like it's a beautiful thing. You know?
I don't think
Gratification.
I've ever seen the
No.
fireworks. I was there during the day, but never stayed.
Oh, you can't miss them.
Yeah,
I was more a fan of Universal Studios actually than
Yeah.
Disney. It was more action.
Yeah, but what happened afterwards was my contract expired, so I had to go back home. And when I went back home, I'm still in contact with many of my Italian friends. And some of them decided to overstay their visa and just drive up to New York. So then they said,
Oh,
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
work.
from Orlando,
they
right?
overstayed their visa. You know,
So you
yeah.
were this work and travel thing? Like,
So
kind
Disney
of,
World,
yeah.
they have their own visa
Yeah.
program. They're a very big company and very powerful. So they
So they bring the students, yeah.
yeah, and you get a social security and everything
Yeah.
else. So these guys said, you know, we don't need papers. We have
But
everything.
it's only
We
for the-
overstay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to work for them, yeah.
Yeah. But then, so I moved to the Bronx. Long story short, my friends were living in the Bronx at the time. I have very fond memories of
I think
living
it's
with
the
them.
same time when we all came. I was like a student, 2001, 2002.
Me, it was 2001.
Yeah, me too.
I came in August
So we were the
29th.
same age. I
Yeah.
came in June, I think, right before the
Yeah.
Twin Towers collapsed.
Wow, you were in New York.
Yeah, I was here.
Wow.
First year, my parents were terrified because I was
God.
here. I did a break from college for 3 months, work here, went back. But I
Wow.
so we must be similar age. Because I was a student back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went to the Bronx, right?
I went to the Bronx and they got me this gig training at a restaurant that then I opened. I was
Bronx Tales, that's the
Yeah.
movie.
Well, the restaurant was actually in the East Village, and it was very close to CBGB.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Bleecker and Bowery.
Wow,
It was
so-
it was a restaurant called Bianca.
But they closed the CBGB, right?
CBGB closed like
Yeah.
a few months after we opened.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was a really good restaurant. It was Italian trattoria, and it was just
Classic, yeah.
very solid. It was one of those formulas that you saw a lot around the city at the time. I remember this place called Gennaro's in the Upper West Side. That was very similar.
Yeah, I used to go to the place called Sal's Pizza, in East Village on East 4
Yeah,
on it. But it's changed. We used to play basketball,
The city?
Yeah, in the city. So you went to the Bronx, right?
I went to the Bronx, and they got me this gig training at a restaurant that then I opened. I was
Bronx Tales, that's the
Yeah.
movie.
Well, the restaurant was actually in the East Village, and it was very close to CBGB.
Really?
Yeah, it was on Bleecker and Bowery.
Wow,
It was
so-
it was a restaurant called Bianca.
But they closed the CBGB, right?
CBGB closed like
Yeah.
a few months after we opened. But it was a really good restaurant. It was Italian trattoria. And it was just
Classic, yeah.
very solid. It was one of those formulas that you saw a lot around the city at the time. I remember this place called Gennaro's in the Upper West Side. That was very similar.
Yeah, I used to go to the place called Sal's Pizza, in East Village on East 4
Yeah.
on it, but it's changed. We used to play basketball,
The city?
Yeah, in the city. But what happened when you look the wrong way back in the day,
might get in trouble.
you
You might get in trouble.
beating on it.
My
Yeah,
God,
yeah. Especially for you living in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Hopefully you lived in the Italian area.
I stayed with a Romanian family.
Romanian.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty
And-
close,
yeah.
yeah.
And everything comes full circle because I've met so many Romanian families here in Ridgewood, and I haven't met any Romanian since I first arrived. And here there are so many.
Our landlord is a Romanian.
Yeah, he's a Romanian.
Are they
on
like?
it.
And they're all kind of half mixed. They're like Serbian, Romanian.
Yeah, because
sure.
it's borderline that they kind of interacted over the history. Time.
Yeah.
So they speak both Romanian and Serbian,
Yeah, it's a lot of
like a mixed culture. Yeah.
Yeah, so I tapped
cool.
into like some of my Romanian words I'm using now, and I hadn't used them in 20 years.
Yeah, but when you listen to Romanian, sometimes it sounds like Italian a little bit.
Yeah, it's like 40% is Latin.
yeah.
So like this year I went to Italy. That's the first time in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Finally.
You must have had good pizza there.
Yeah, I had a very good pizza.
Yeah, you
And,
don't get a good pizza in Rome.
No,
In this commercial areas where they just
Yeah.
I
stuff
think
you with
it
the-
still was good, experience. You seen all those restaurants. It's a different lifestyle.
Yeah. I would say that in the last few years, you can fall into many tourist traps. Because they've
yeah.
invested so heavily in tourism.
Really?
yeah, but this is
$4
normal.
bottle
Everywhere
of
is like
water.
that.
Yeah, but it's just that, since the EU, the Mediterranean, they've invested heavily in tourism, and Northern Europe is just wealthier because of, my reference is Ireland's. Like,
Yeah,
the
Ireland.
tax haven, there's so many corporations there. Italy has declined, and they're just heavily invested in tourism. So then you go everywhere, and the food has declined. I saw a pizzeria in Verona, where I'm from, and they were selling pizza with French fries on top.
So your experience, you lived in the Bronx,
I lived in
then
the Bronx, then I moved to Harlem.
Harlem, even Spanish Harlem or
No, and it was like 129th and 5th Avenue.
Fifth Avenue. There used to be Applebee's at the corner over there at 125th.
They were like shootouts in the
Shootouts, yeah.
corner. It was like
Back in the day, right?
I remember one night my family was visiting from Italy, and my brother were playing briscola, Italian card game, and by the window, and we have the window slightly cracked because it's winter and we have the heat blasting. We had a couple that was a roommate. They were from Milan. They were always cold, so they had the heat blasting. We're playing briscola by the window open, and suddenly we hear like bah, 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 bah. It's like shooting.
That was not New Year's Eve.
No. That was Harlem. And then I moved to the Upper East Side, 77th, between
Oh, so
second
you
and
kept
third.
going down.
It's like you were moving up.
Yep. And after that, I moved to Murray Hill on 33rd,
33rd.
between second and third. I found out to my surprise that area had a bit of community. This is 2005.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Greek restaurant over there on
They were-
third and 33rd, I think, or 34th.
Yeah.
Very famous on the right side.
I remember. I can't think of the
That was
name
so
now.
good. So good.
Yeah. No, I would go there a
Yeah,
lot,
they had
actually.
the blue,
Yeah.
awning.
Oh,
That
that's
was
so
very
funny.
good. Yeah. But my kids were like so tiny.
Well,
but
I would have more memories of going to Pizza 33, I think it was called. There was like the slice shop in the corner after having a few drinks. Because, there was an Irish pub there called Paddy Riley's that's really, really good. And then there was an Italian deli called
no, this is
Todaro.
good neighborhood over there. Yeah, the good
think it was nice
places.
at the
They
time.
had good places. There was a Turkish one, I think, on the left.
Yeah.
Had like a 2 level.
Yeah. And at this time, I used to work in the Upper East Side at a restaurant called Mediterraneo on 66th and 2nd. And when I finished my shifts, you finish around 12:30, 1 a.m. I would just go to a deli, buy the newspapers from Europe because at 1 a.m. newspapers used to come out. And I'm reading Gazzetta dello Sport,
Gazzetta dello Sport.
walking home down the streets, happy, like all year round.
No, the Verona won again.
Whether it was Verona won, Napoli won because I also like Napoli.
So you're a football fan, soccer
I am,
fan.
yes, very big.
Soccer.
Football, no soccer.
A very big football fan.
What's your favorite team?
My team is Verona, because obviously I
Obviously.
was born and raised there. But the first game I saw, my dad took me to Verona, Napoli. And unfortunately for him, I became a Napoli fan there.
Ooh la la.
Well, you know, Maradona was training right before the game, and I remember people throwing oranges and tomatoes at him, and he starts juggling with his feet and throwing them
that
back.
was-
It was just magic, you know. It's like you can't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen so many players throughout my life, and like this, I've never seen anything like.
Being a fan.
So
back
being a
in-
fan, you know, so
that was also dangerous.
that's very
probably.
funny. So throughout my childhood, I would wear
Tifosi.
these little wristbands, like the tennis players, but they would be of Napoli. And in school, they would beat me up so much. Because in Verona, you know, Verona, Napoli, like, they don't like
What is this area called? Curva Sud?
Curva Sud. It is Curva Sud.
I know.
Yeah. But then, obviously, you know, as a teenager, I would make the season.
And it's not a bad word because, you know, in Polish.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
It means
Something else.
I don't want to go into.
I was not cursing.
No,
I
no.
get woken up every morning to two older men who are my neighbors on Diamond Street in Greenpoint. And they're every 6-7 words,
That was a
Curva.
coma.
Curva is thrown in there.
Yeah.
And they're
It's
so nice.
nothing to do with the soccer.
They're so nice. They're having their coffee in front of my window. And it's so good. It was such a routine.
Yeah, that was.
But it felt like home. Felt like home.
That's a different neighborhood. Yeah,
What I
but-
like about Italian and Polish language, they kind of have the same, like the vowels are like hard, like
Yeah.
R. It's
Yeah.
like really R.
yeah,
It's shocking, actually.
Yeah.
I
That's why
remember-
Italian people learn Polish so easily. I have so many people that came from Italy, and after a while, you cannot.
I mean, you could say the same
Figure
about
out.
Polish, because I remember my Polish friends giving him, I would be reading Gazzetta dello Sport.
And Polish people
And
learn
then-
Italian quick
And then they would
too.
lean over my shoulder and read. And I'm saying, wait, do you speak Italian? They're
Yeah.
saying,
We
no.
can
They have no idea what they're saying.
But
they're
the pronunciation is perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
So we used to go like when we were younger. There was I belonged to the place called Białystok. That's a town in Poland.
Okay.
And there was a football team, called Jagiellonia Białystok, and there was a Legia Warsaw.
I mean, that's famous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's famous. So what happens when the people were coming from Warsaw on the train, there was some guys were sitting, hiding, and waiting for something at the train,
Oof,
Yeah,
of course.
that was
Yeah, yeah.
very normal at that time.
It happened to me as well.
Really?
It's funny how the cities that are closer to each other treat each other the worst.
Yeah, yeah. You just start fighting.
Competition.
Competition.
I mean, Verona, going to Brescia, like, because my brother would take me to Brescia, we would end up on the train with like
Yeah.
stones thrown at us.
Yeah, that's the normal stuff.
Talk about going to Bergamo, to Atalanta, forget it.
Yeah.
My friend plays for Spezia.
Ah, wow.
Spezia. I was there in Carrara
Wow,
like
so he
one
must have
time.
been famous then.
Yeah.
No, him?
Yeah.
His last name, I don't think you know him. Jurekowski.
But you see, we have a lot of similarities.
But nowadays, so many Polish, I'm shocked how many Polish players are in Italian.
Yeah.
Serie A.
Yeah,
So
we have-
many.
Actually, Verona lost my favorite Polish player of all time last year. He was a very tall defender. He was like very stoic.
What's his last name?
You know, it's
Oh, you
slipping my
forgot?
mind right
Oh,
now.
okay.
I don't know why I can't think of
My
it.
husband would know, but I don't.
Yeah, but so good. Like
He's
because
so
just
fluent
played-
with all the seams.
Played his heart. Not very talented with his feet, but like just very, very good. defender.
Zielinski.
No, he's very good.
He's very.
So Patrick, we have a lot of similarities.
I agree.
And the background,
And coming to think about it, that might be why I blend in with the neighborhood. so
you
much.
blend in perfectly on it. You actually create the followings on it. So many people know your business, and you also do a lot of. It's like when you walk into your restaurant, it feels home
Oh,
on it.
Thank you.
It's like
You know, it's very important for
Yeah.
me to make the staff feel at home. So the staff is what really makes the place. It's every night I just get compliments for the staff for how friendly they are, and it helps a lot that they all get along and that they all feel safe, they all feel at home, and they like what to do.
And
Because then everybody else comes in, and it's a chain of events, you know.
Yeah, is it difficult to work with the staff or?
No, I think that every now and again, you make mistakes. Like I'm still learning.
Yeah.
you hire somebody that maybe is not the greatest fit.
Yeah.
But
Is it hard to fire someone?
it's tough for me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
tough for me because, you become...
Attached to the person, right?
Yeah, you become attached, but also I understand this people's livelihood. We all come to New York for the same reason. We want to make a living.
Yeah.
So like letting go of people is not easy. It's never easy.
No, it's I think one of the hardest things to do. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
fire someone, especially if the person worked for you.
Yeah, I will say it's easier to do when the entire team says, "Hey, like
Yeah.
they can kind of vet each other now because they're really good. They take a lot of ownership too.
They have a pride, right?
They have a
Yeah.
pride, and in the front of the house, people share tips. So you want to be sharing tips with somebody
Sure.
that's pulling their weight.
So how many people you have working? You know,
We have about 12 right now.
12 people
Yeah.
on it. And do you have any plans for the expansion? Are you planning? That's a little vision, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Uh-huh.
I do, and I have a dream of seeing my chef growing
Yeah.
and opening a place with him. We have an incredibly talented chef. We have an incredibly talented bar manager, and she's just the reason why many people come back is there's both of them.
Yeah, like I heard there was one restaurant, and what happened? The bartender got fired, and that restaurant lost the crowd on it. You know?
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I think also depends on the person. People
Yeah.
are attracted to it. You know?
Yeah, I will say the philosophy that Nina has always had and has pushed to me, and even Pablo, it's never to hire people that make it about themselves. Like he's
Yeah.
always asked, like, what do they bring to the place?
Yeah,
And because he would always say, like, Sweetwater is Sweetwater. He repeated that throughout the week, and I would always say, like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, I understand that Sweetwater is Sweetwater. But what he was trying to say is, like, you, David, or Amber, or whatever your name is, you're going to go behind the bar and make it about yourself. But, like, I don't want you to. I just want you to be nice to people and be proud of working at Sweetwater. Don't make it about yourself.
yeah. I also had the experience not only Domino's Pizza. I used to work for the Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
I was a dishwasher. Yeah.
Wow, you did it all.
Yeah, yeah.
I
washing
did a few
dishes.
shifts.
Yeah, and what happened? I got promoted to be a waiter just for a day on it, and I remember like today, you know, it depends on the team. The customer wanted well done steak, and I brought it to the kitchen, and the cook, chef, he just flipped it. He didn't even put it in the oven, and he sent me back to the
Oh my
restaurant,
God.
and the guy ate it.
Oh, my God. That's so
You
funny.
know, that's what I said. That's the last time. You know.
Well,
I
you know,
was
I mean,
there.
the culture of working in restaurants has changed a lot since I
Yeah.
started. Because when I started, in hindsight, my dad prepared me. The reason I am the way I am is because of the people that have been throughout my journey, obviously. I think everyone should can agree with that in their own personal journeys. But my dad pointed out very soon, the first week, he said, look, you're going to be working with people that drink a lot. Don't drink on the job.
Yeah.
Don't pick up smoking. There's going to be people that gamble. Don't be starting gambling with them. And all of these different red flags. We're surrounded by people who are non-conformists, you know, they don't
Yeah.
work a 9-to-5 job because they
No.
don't want to. They want to, we don't like to follow rules.
Yeah.
Uh,
You like to break the rules.
I think that breaking the rules
Rules.
is great. To a certain degree.
Yeah, that's the new.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I think of bringing it back to the bartender and the chef, the reason why they're so good is because they do things that they think outside the box.
Yeah.
You know, like in Italy, certain dishes that we come up with now, people would read the ingredients, they would say like, no, this is not good. This is like, no, you can't mix these two things together. And then you taste them and they actually taste great. So if you don't say what's in it, it might be better.
You come up with your own dishes, right?
You know,
try
I can
it.
give a little bit of input.
Yeah.
I definitely tend
your
to.
chef?
I definitely have a very strong opinion
Okay.
because I think that the common mistakes that are made in kitchen are maybe we put one ingredient too many
Okay.
or one thing too much, and then there's that one ingredient that just takes off the balance, and you can only taste that, but the dish maybe is called something else. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. You know, it happens in many dishes that I find in America. You know, here you can order an apple pie, but it doesn't taste like apple.
Yeah.
It tastes like cinnamon.
Yeah.
There has to be a bit of a balance.
So you like working in a restaurant, or
I love it.
You love it,
I
right?
love it. I've always liked it.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
And you help on other people have a job, at
Yeah.
the same time.
And
hopefully.
I relate a lot with everyone that works in the restaurant industry. Like I really, of course, like I have a soft spot for Latinos because the majority of them,
Yeah.
cross the border on food.
Yeah.
I was illegal for 4 years.
Yeah. You know
So-
how it is,
Yeah, and
To
they're
work
really
hard.
they're so hard workers, and they have their own little community like at Panina. There's these 4 guys that grew up together, and one of them started working with us as a dishwasher, and then like a few months
You
later,
see, like I did.
a few months later, this other guy comes in, and
Yeah.
the dishwasher becomes a
Yeah.
salad guy,
Yeah.
and then another dishwasher comes, the salad guy becomes a pizza guy, and they're best friends. There's such a good vibe in there. There's like they're all very tight, and that's the same with Sweetwater.
So you have a bigger staff in the Sweetwater?
Yeah, the staff there is much bigger.
Yeah, you built it for many years. on
Yeah,
it.
I mean it's a large scale restaurant. I mean it's a small in size, but we open many hours of the day. So we're
Okay.
open from 11 to 11, and during brunch we would.
Why did you choose only 6 hours here or 7 hours?
You know,
It's your starting point? or-
it is something that could be. It's all.
Expand.
Yeah, we can. It's something that can be evolved.
Uh-huh.
We can definitely. I think that we started very soon doing brunch when we opened.
Okay.
And I realized very soon that the highest cost of,
Yeah.
of running the restaurant is payroll.
Yeah.
And if you don't get people in, it doesn't really pay off. I think that it was a little bit, we didn't do it properly. We didn't do enough egg dishes. You know, if you call it brunch, you can't do pizza, you have to do eggs.
Yeah, you have to do eggs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to offer more eggs. So maybe down the line we're going to think about it.
Yeah, what do you think about Whole Foods opening up in this area?
Oh my God, I heard
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. It's a good and bad,
Look, I'll tell you the truth.
You have a experience because
I think that's I've heard a lot of customers talk about it in the
Yeah.
last few days.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking bad about it. I know that all of these people are going to be going there,
Yeah.
but we have to say the truth. Like so many small businesses are going to close,
Yeah.
and it's the first thing that I think about is like so many small businesses. There's a few delis that we're really friends with. The only thing that's a bit of a shame is when you go to the food supermarket on Myrtle Avenue.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I know a lot of the people there.
Yeah.
And I know that in Whole Foods, I won't be able to develop the same relationships because everyone is to themselves. Before it was owned by Jeff Bezos, you would go there, you'd ask them for prosciutto, thinly sliced. They really cared. I care about my thinly sliced prosciutto,
Yeah.
and they will do it. Now they will tell you if it's 2 hours before closing, they will tell you, "Nah, the slicer is clean. I don't want to no."
Yeah, it's like they do 9 to 5 jobs basically. Those
Yeah,
people,
they
they
don't
don't
care.
care. Yeah, they just pay to
Yeah.
pay,
So
pay the
I don't know
check,
if we need Whole Foods.
No, I don't
in,
think.
In short.
Yeah, it's gonna change the neighborhood vibe, the way I feel. But we will survive. The neighborhood always is evolving.
Yes.
It can be stagnant because if it's gonna be stagnant, it's gonna die.
The only thing that could make me feel better about Whole Foods would be if on the roof
Yeah,
they put a park. Like I would love to see a section up there of like green because we need parks around here.
definitely. They have a Highland Park, which is not that far from here.
Yeah.
But it's still.
If you did a park above Whole Foods and
Yeah.
like a smoking section, I'd love to
Yeah.
see people smoking
Yeah.
up there. It just makes me happy.
Yeah.
I don't smoke, but it's just
Just to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
maybe people will be against that, but
Yeah.
they're eye up.
nobody's gonna feel it, smell it. Yeah, very interesting concept you got here going, for years.
I hope that we can stay here long. We have a 10-year lease. I think that there's an option of 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, our intention is to be here. Our landlord has been really supportive, to be honest.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. He wants you to grow
Mhm.
on it.
Yeah.
And that's the most important.
A lot of people have mixed feelings, and rightly so. Everyone feels very territorial about the place, and it's funny. Something about Ridgewood that really, it says a lot about the community and how strong people blend in. So when I first signed the lease here, there were people saying, I could sense people being very territorial, and I would ask them like, "How long have you lived here?" It's like, "Oh, I just moved here a year ago." I say, "Wow, like you really like people are really attached to this place. They don't want it to change, And it's still like that. People come in and they say like, "Panina is part of the neighborhood. But, like we don't want the neighborhood to change more."
Yeah.
And it says a lot. It's just like everyone feels really comfortable here. It's such a good place. Nobody wants to spoil it.
No, it's like perfect synergy.
My God,
happening
yeah.
here.
And
Yeah.
kids come in and they're like real kids.
Yeah.
Everyone is really nice. Like I've had one bad interaction in 4 years with a table. And it was a younger group of girls working on a laptop against my will.
Yeah, but everything since then, there was no more incidents, right? Like
No,
that.
we've no. Everyone is just look. I worked Valentine's Day here, and I've worked New Year's Eve, and I just left like feeling like what just happened. Everyone is just too nice.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is a really stressful day in the restaurant world. Reservations will come in and they will have demands. They want specific tables, specific dishes. They're trying to impress the person that they hate or that they love. It's like you've seen people break up at tables. Like it can be challenging. And here in Ridgewood, it was like, wow, this is amazing. People are so nice.
Yeah,
And they're so happy to come to us. And like it's just like such a mutual, it doesn't feel transactional.
No, it's like it's a vibe. Everything is evolving. There was one time I heard the joke. The guy he dies. So Angel takes him to the first door, and he asks him, what is this door? It's like hell. He sees the table and full of food on it, and there is a bunch of people sitting around it, and but everybody is crying. They're looking at the food, and what happened? Everybody has a long knife, long fork, and they trying to eat, but every time they lift the fork, it just goes over their head,
Ooh.
So, and he asked the guy, let me show you the heaven. So he goes up a little bit further to a different door. He sees same scenario on it, like the table full of food, but everybody is smiling. Why? And he looks, everybody's feeding each other with those, it's like a community.
Wow. Wow.
Same thing I'm feeling like this neighborhood,
My goodness, yeah.
Yeah, it's like where we are.
Yeah, I think that everyone right now brings something to the neighborhood. Like even the daily across the street, I love them.
Yeah, everybody is part of something, and everybody is welcome on it. So, what would you tell listeners, besides visiting you at your store, at the restaurant?
I would say that this neighborhood just feels right. And I think that if you don't live it or if you don't come, you don't get to feel it because it's very difficult to put into words.
Yeah, there is no explanation on it.
No.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's many prettier neighborhoods, I would say. But this just feels so nice.
It's a very cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's such a
very
good
warm.
blend and mix of communities and people, and it's just it's very diverse.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what New York is about.
Yeah, like New York, when you lived like in Manhattan, there is a mixed neighborhood. Same thing here,
Yeah, but here it's just more middle class. It's less stuffy.
Yeah, there is a different level,
Yeah, there are a lot of interesting people here. There's a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
Obviously Manhattan has a lot of that.
I used to be very shy, on it, and as you say, and people prejudge, like when they look at someone on it, and you don't want to. So I did a course training called Live Spring. They actually take you to the place and actually ask you to work out of your box. What you're not comfortable with, you got to break it,
Yeah.
And one of the things was I was shy, very difficult to pick up a gal, ask for a date or anything like that. So the exercise was like there was a 48th Street and there was a challenge. I had to pick up a gal, How many no's I get, but it got me closer. So it's the same thing if you prejudge someone on it. There's a difference. We have thinking that the person is that, but he's completely different. But also there's a different neighborhood. Yeah. Like in the city, like some people are stuck up, They think they're better than you are. Yeah. It's like, but over here, everybody is welcome. I don't want to judge.
No. Well, here, it's funny because I get my hair cut here in this neighborhood now because I just feel more attached to the people that are here. So I get my hair cut up the street from the Dominican Albanian owned barber shop, and they're such characters. And then there's the wine shop here. There's Marie. There's the old plein air.
Yeah.
Like cassettes. There's the Hellbender. Gigante.
There was a locksmith guy down the block.
Oh my God!
Keys.
Yeah.
Keys.
I mean, everyone is just like it's a very strong community.
Very strong community.
Pierogi boys down the streets. And then Rolo's as well. Rolo's is like, if you want fancy, like, it's very well made.
Yeah, that's down the block.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job there.
No, it's a very good restaurant. Also, Hellbender. I think
Yeah.
that's the same people own
Yeah.
it. I was thinking, what's going to happen if they open up so many restaurants? You know, and
No, I mean-
but it's like a big plus on that. They feed off. You know, if you don't like this place, you go to this one. On it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even mention Super Pollo, but that's my go-to. That's my go-to for lunch. Right?
Yeah, that's they've been there for a while.
Yeah.
Super
I mean,
Polly.
if I go down the list of places now, it's like shocking.
Yeah.
Arrigo's.
Yeah,
There's the Luncheonette. It's a lot of great places.
yeah, but everybody loves it. You know,
Yeah.
it makes business.
Yeah.
So, Patrick, I really appreciate you joining us today.
Oh, thank you
know.
for having me.
Yeah, and you can visit Patrick at, what's your address over there?
Panina is 6838.
Yeah, you have to make the
Forest Avenue.
reservation sometimes because it's
Look,
crazy.
we're tiny. But
Yeah, you're tiny. You have to book
Yeah.
the table.
No, but we take
Yeah.
walk. We take a lot. We do a
You
lot
take
of
walking.
walk-ins. Yeah.
That's awesome, Patrick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very
for
much.
joining
Thanks for
us.
having me.
Awesome. That
What
was
an
a
honor.
great
Thank you.
interview. Thank you.
Thanks a million.
Bye bye.